Alright, hello everybody. We are starting another playthrough. This time it's 9999. And the main reason we're playing this is to get ready for the third and final game in the series, Zero Time Dilemma, that comes out this June. And I will also try to be playing Virtue's Last Reward as well. But here we go. 999. 9 hours, 9 people, 9 doors. And yes, I apologize, it's supposed to be persons, but I have no clue why it's called that. Why they use the term persons. Well, a loud noise startled Junpei awake and his eyes snapped open. As they adjusted to the light, he realized that he didn't recognize his surroundings. Ow! With a crack, Junpei's head connected with something metal. He rolled over and threw out his hand to steady himself, but he found himself groping at empty air. His balance lost and his still fuzzy mind struggling to understand what was going on, Junpei tumbled down to the cold, gray floor. Ow! God damn it! What the hell? Junpei glared around the room, still trying to determine where he'd woken up. The fall had shaken the last cobwebs of sleep from his mind, and finally he understood where he'd fallen from. It was a bed. A 3-level bunk bed, in fact. Junpei had fallen apparently from the topmost bunk. His shoulder hurt, his knee hurt, his hip hurt, his entire body hurt. He could feel a bump forming on his forehead where he'd slammed against the low ceiling. He wondered if the bump was the reason he felt his vision wavering a bit, but that seemed unlikely. At first, he thought the tremor that ran through his legs was just another effect of his rude awakening, but as he looked around, he realized it was real. The whole room was shaking. Was it an earthquake, he wondered? It didn't seem likely. It was shaking far too quickly for an earthquake. Then again, Junpei had no idea what it was, if not an earthquake. He tried to tell himself it was important. Junpei rubbed the growing bump on his head and gingerly climbed to his feet. His balance regained, he finally took his first good look around the room. And muttered to himself, Where am I? His pain momentarily forgotten in the face of the confusion of his circumstances, Junpei looked around the room once again. Minutes passed while Junpei struggled to get his bearings. Then, as suddenly as they had begun, the tremors ceased. A cold silence fell over the room. From somewhere far away, Junpei could hear the sound of metal squeaking. He felt his stomach tighten. There were 1,000 things the sound could have been, but none of the things he could think of were good. In an attempt to distract himself, Junpei looked around the room once more. There was a stove that looked more antique than functional. The 3-level bunk bed had a mattress that were so thin they were little more than blankets. On the other side of the room was an identical bed, and set in the wall between the beds was a slightly dirty iron door. The first thing Junpei noticed about the door was the number roughly emblazoned across it. On the surface of the door, in red paint, someone had written 5. 5? What's this 5 mean? Suspicious and still utterly confused, Junpei approached the door slowly. Standing at least in front of the door, Junpei grabbed a hold of the L-shaped handle. A push yielded no movement, and a pull the same result. A few more tries cemented the truth in Junpei's mind. It wouldn't open. It didn't matter how much he pushed or shoved, the handle wouldn't budge. Next to the door was an odd-looking device that reminded Junpei of a card reader. It didn't take a genius to figure out that the odd-looking device was keeping the door shut. Junpei knocked hard on the door. Hey! Hello? Is anyone there? Open the door! There was no response. Junpei threw his left fist into the door and stopped. What the hell is this? He wasn't really sure what else to say. On his left wrist was a bracelet of sort he had never seen before. On the center was a large LCD display. It looked like nothing else so much as a watch, but it clearly wasn't that. After all, it showed only a single number. 5. That's the same as the door. True, the numbers were the same, but he had no idea what it might mean. All he knew was that it was strange and new, and he wanted it off. Junpei flipped his hand over as if to remove the watch, but the other side of the bracelet was solid. No buckle, no clasp, nothing. He sighed and flipped the thing back over. There were a number of rivets around the rim of the face. Perhaps he pushed them, but nothing happened. On a watch, they might be dials for adjusting the date or time, but on this bracelet, they did nothing. Junpei was at a loss. What was he going to do? Growing more desperate, he began to tug at it. However, Urgh! Damn! Ugh, it's no good. Damn thing won't come off. A steel ring rang from the face around Junpei's wrist, and the back into the face. He wouldn't be pulling the bracelet off any time in the near future. What the hell is the deal with this thing? Frustration and desperation were beginning to mix as the reality of the situation began to dawn fully on Junpei. So much was happening and none of it made sense. Junpei felt as though he were about to explode. Where am I? And why the hell am I here? Why? Why? What the hell happened to me? It was at that moment he noticed the window. The window was round, rimmed in rivet brass like the window from an early 20th century ship. What? Wait, am I on a ship? In a ship. Sorry. Junpei walked slowly towards the window. He could see nothing beyond it but thick, impenetrable darkness. Junpei squinted, trying to see something, anything. It was at that moment. What the? You've got to be kidding me. What the hell is going on here? A crack split the glass of the window, and for a moment Junpei stared at it. Then the whole window burst, and water began to pour into the room. What the hell? God damn it! Junpei yelled and spun around. His feet slipping on the water already coming through the window, he ran for the door. Hey! Anyone! Is anyone there? Come on, if you're there, say something! There was no reply. As Junpei screamed and pounded at the door, the water began to rise. It was now ankle deep on the floor and rising quickly towards his knees. Things were not looking good for Junpei. Not good at all. He needed to find a way out, and quickly. Junpei ran a hand across his forehead, brushing the sweat out of his eyes, and looked around the room. Seek a way out. Okay, we gotta seek a way out. Operations during an escape. During an escape, you can move to different types of room by touching the bottom screen. Since many areas require very exact selection, we recommend you use the stylus. Searching during an escape. During an escape, you can touch the background and search anywhere in the room. Areas you can investigate will be highlighted in yellow the moment you touch them. Depending on the nature of the location you touch, you might find an item or a hint. Begin searching by touching places on the bottom screen. How to move. Touch the triangle icon on the bottom screen. Doing so will change the viewing angle of the room and move you to a different location. You can do the same thing by pressing left and right and down on the control pad. Bird's eye view. If you want to know where you are, touch X on the camera icon on the bottom screen. This will show you where you are and what direction you're facing. Saving during your escape. Pressing the start will allow you to save. If you want to quit, we recommend pressing start. Purpose of the escape. The purpose of each escape is to get out of the room. How you do that depends on the room. You'll need to search all throughout the room to discover what you'll need to do to get out. Searching for hints and items that may help you find a way out. Okay. I know exactly where we're going for this first one. About items. Blah 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 blah. I'm sorry guys. This is like so stupid. Okay. Junpei grabbed the key and shoved it into his pocket. He intended to leave immediately, but something stopped him. His reflection stared back at him from the mirror, but he had scarcely recognized himself. What's up with my face? His confusion was well justified. His face was drawn and pale, and the dark circles under his eyes made him look as though he was nearly dead. Man, what the hell happened to me? How did I end up here? Even as he said it, something in his mind opened and a memory bobbed to the surface. It was the last thing Junpei remembered before waking up in the strange room. It was past midnight when he came home. Junpei shuffled up the stairs and opened the door to the apartment 201. Inside was his apartment, a small one-bedroom affair that ran him about $630 a month. He moved into it when he entered college, and so far he'd been there for 3 years and 7 months. He stepped inside and turned on the lights. The fluorescent lights on the ceiling blinked and flickered slowly to life as if waking from a deep slumber. Their cold light illuminated the landscape he had come home to so many times before. Everything was as he'd left it. The magazines piled in the corner, the textbooks collecting dust, the CD cases covering the floor, the jeans and t-shirt he'd worn the day before, then tossed onto the floor. There was one thing that didn't belong, however. There was a breeze. Breaths of cold night air wafted into his apartment, carrying the smells of autumn with them. The white curtain framing his window swayed gently in the wind. Huh? That's weird. Did I leave it open? Junpei walked towards the window, trying to remember if he'd closed it or not before he left. One of the panes was hanging open. He stuck his head out and looked around. Nothing seemed out of the ordinary. Junpei shrugged. He must have just left it open earlier. He closed the window. Then it happened. Oh, fuck! Junpei turned and found himself faced with a mask with a man dressed in all black. The man wore a deep hood and a bulky gas mask. His face was entirely hidden. Junpei tried to scream, but all he could manage was a strangled croak. He tried to step towards the man, but his legs could no longer support his weight. Junpei collapsed onto the floor, a crumpled heap of limbs, like a discarded puppet. Too late, he noticed the white smoke that was quickly filling his apartment. A small object shaped distressingly like a grenade sat on the floor in front of his face, hissing. The white smoke poured off of it at an incredible rate. The smoke had grown so thick that the details of Junpei's apartment began to fade into a white haze. He could feel his mind begin to fade as well, a white haze that was not the smoke creeping into the edges of his vision. Consider this a privilege. You have been chosen. A rasping voice wormed its way out of the gas mask. It was cold and harsh and distorted in some way Junpei couldn't put his finger on. You are going to participate in a game. The nunnery game. It is a game where you will put your life on the line. That was the last thing Junpei remembered. The white smoke overpowered him and the masked man faded from his vision and he felt his consciousness fall away into the white mist. That's right! That guy with the gas mask! That son of a bitch must have taken me here! As to who the man was or might have been, Junpei had no idea. Indeed, he wasn't even sure that his assailant had been a man. The voice had been cold and mechanical, likely passed through a voice changer, and the body had been covered in a thick cloak. Who was the man in the mask? You have been chosen. Junpei remembered that much, but what it might mean, that was beyond him. Junpei had no idea where he was or why he was there. There was only one thing from his memory that seemed important. You are going to participate in a game. The nunnery game. It is a game where you will put your life on the line. The nunnery game, huh? What the hell is the nunnery game? God damn it! With a yell, Junpei drove his fist into the mirror. Blah, blah, blah. I know how to investigate. Sometimes I just wish you could, like, press a button and it wouldn't give you, these lovely instructions anymore. Yeah, I know. So we want... Thank you. The note's got a full red triangle, space red triangle in red, and full triangle, empty triangle in blue. Ta-da! Okay. Let's look at the photo. Oh. That I wanted. Aha! There's my second card. Okay, so the next part we would go to is this. Well, let's see if there's anything in here. Huh? Looks like there is. Key? Yeah, there's a little blue key in the bottom of this pot. Odd. No. This is the door to the stove. Well, it opens easily enough. Sure wish the door to get out of here was that easy too. Open. Yeah. Okay, we're going to combine that with the photo. Combine. Well, the screwdriver got those screws off easily enough, and here's the picture. And we are going to search. So someone wrote a bunch of numbers and symbols on the back of the picture, huh? Okay, I think... No, I just did it! Oh, God. Sometimes, game, you're stupid. A screwdriver, huh? Wonder why that's here. Briefcase. Okay, now we just need... Yeah, I know the combo. Stop it with the minigame, I know! Why? I forgot how annoying it was when it tries to teach you how to do stuff and you're just like, nope, nope, I already know this. Let's see if we can get this. Come on. Thank you. Okay, so it's 0, 2, 6, 3. Yeah. Yes! Yes! Alright, let's open it up. Neep. Yes! It opened! Looks like there's something in here. What is this? A file? Yeah, I know, there's a file screen. Ugh. Oh, so much tutorials. Alright, let's see what's in this file. Digital root. Let's see here. Compute a digital root with the following steps. First, add all the numbers in question to one another. If you end up with something greater than a single-digit number, add the digits to one another. For instance, if you have a double-digit number, add the number in the tens place to the number in the ones place. Keep adding digits in this manner until you have a single-digit answer. That final single digit is your digital root. Example, the digital root of 6, 7, 8 would be 3. Okay. Therefore, the digital root of 6, 7, 8 is 3. Yeah, I get it. I get it. I see. So I just keep adding numbers until I get a single-digit number. Oh, looks like there's something on the back of this thing. A notebook, a pen, a calculator, and a stack of key cards, huh? Yay, numbers. There's a number written on each card, 6, 7, 8. Whee! I just needed to know that. Does that mean something? We don't know. Why? Oh. So yeah, guys, you have a calculator. They let you have a in-game calculator. I'm not going to be using it at all. But there you go. You got a calculator. If you ever feel while you guys are playing this that you need a calculator, go for it. Okay. Can I leave? Oh, yes, I can. Whee! 'Cause looky! This is just like the blue briefcase. Yep, there's a lock on this one too. It's not opening. Okay, okay. No, I don't want that. Item. This is 7, 4. Seven, 4, 8. Okay. 7, 4, 8, 5. Oh. This is the keyhole for the red briefcase. If I just stick the key in here, yeah, I know I need to get back to the key. Alright, let's stick that red key in here. It's not opening. In fact, it's not doing anything at all. Well, alright, I'll take that back. I guess I can move the dial now. So it looks like I'm going to have to put in the right numbers and then turn the key. I do that, this thing should pop right open. Let's give it a shot. Ah, yeah, blah, blah. Seriously! You just explained this with the blue one! Oh my god. Okay. as I just explained when I looked back to make sure I had the right numbers. It is 7, 4, 8, 5. Beep! Yes! I unlocked it! Beep! It's opening. Okay. These look like key cards. There's a number on each one. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I got 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8. Okay. I got it. I can open the door. Nyeh. Okay. These cards with numbers on them. I'm pretty sure this is where I'm supposed to use them. Alright, let's slide this card in and see if it works. And... it's not working. Why? Damn it! No, that's right. I still have my cards I haven't used. Damn it! Not again. There aren't any more cards in here. I've only got one other hint. Of course! The files! The file said something about a digital root. A digital root. The digital root, huh? What am I supposed to do with... there's a 5 on that door. Do I have to get a digital root of 5? I'm not really sure about this. Whatever. It's worth a shot. Let's see if this works. I'll just slide the cards that give me a digital root of 5 through the reader. Blah, blah, blah. Touch 3 cards. Select them. Digital root. Yeah. Okay, guys. This isn't too hard to figure out the digital root of... that you get a digital root of 5. The answer is 6, 7, and 1. Rank it up. Alright, I think this is gonna work. There we go. That's a new noise. Huh? Did it just unlock? Well, that light was red and now it's blue. No doubt about it. There's nothing keeping me in here now. Time to go. Yeah. Leave. Accompanied by a wall of angry water, Junpei shot out of the room into the opposing wall. Gasping to catch his breath, he looked around. He was in a narrow hallway. The water that had followed him out of the room was rapidly pouring out of the door. It flowed quickly down the hallway and slammed into the foot of a short flight of stairs. Just 5 steps, in fact. And at the top of this short staircase... a door! Another door! Junpei leapt up the stairs straight for the door. The door burst open and Junpei exploded out of it, only to freeze in his tracks. What other possible response could there have been for what he saw? What the hell? His voice trailed off and all he could do was stare. A polished floor stretched out before him, ornate staircase rising from the edges, each one of them equidistant from the others. The stairs and the pillars were solid wood, and Art Nouveau embellishments and decorations covered the walls and pillars. It looked like nothing so much as an entrance to a luxurious mansion from the early 1900s. Junpei couldn't help but wonder, was he really in a ship? The water quickly filling the hallway behind him suggested that yes, he was. As he looked into a fresh wave rolled out of the room he had been in, gathering speed as it moved towards the stairs. Yeah, that's what I thought. This is totally a... Wait, what the hell? A wave? Shit, I gotta get out of here! Junpei spun around, his wet shoes squeaking in protest on the polished floor, and ran towards the tremendous staircase in front of him. C deck. B-Deck. As he ran, he glanced quickly at the plates mounted on the wall, denoting the decks off the ship. He took the stairs 2 at a time, not entirely sure where he would find himself. Just as he began to wonder where in fact the stairs did lead, Junpei saw another person out of the corner of his eye. He stopped short, nearly tripping over the next stair, and it wasn't just one person he'd seen. On the landing to the left of the stairs, there were 4 people staring at him. And on the right side, 3 more. All told, there were 7 of them. It looked as though they had been on their way down the stairs. They'd stopped short when they saw Junpei, their eyes wide. He'd done the same, of course, and now they stood there staring at one another. Junpei didn't move, one foot placed awkwardly on the next step in the middle of a stride. Who were these people? This entire interaction lasted only a matter of seconds. The woman spoke to Junpei and time began to move again. I guess there's another one of us now. The woman was dressed, Junpei thought, rather like a dancer. Her clothes covered very little and her prestigious jewelry little more. Hey, you, come on! Hurry! With no further ceremony, she ran straight past Junpei